In this video, we'll be looking at two use cases for popular AI products like Grok and Perplexity that is largely overlooked. So on social media platforms, Twitter, now known as X specifically, we have an interesting use case with high usage that is really overlooked but highly utilized. One is the bots for the common AI models or platforms, or the common ones, the popular ones. One of it is Grok and Perplexity, to be specific, are the ones we would be reviewing. Now, looking at it, they have a usual account with a gold check mark, and they do make posts on this account normally to give track of update and stuff. But the interesting use case here is the usage, which involves when people ask a question and it provides an answer. So one interesting thing is you can see it responds in different languages, which is good. And people also do get context on a wide variety of topics. Different stuff is being tagged for you to get context on, and it's so efficient and so handy in how highly utilized this use case is. Because looking at it so far, Grok has 7 million posts, but if you look at how often people tend to tag this account to get a response, the volume is definitely going to be a lot. Also, another output to this will be getting insight. If Grok, for instance, can get insight into the type of questions or what people are actively requesting information, perspective, or answers to the most, they tend to tag the bot or tag the account more when they have tweets with images or when they are trending issues. It could show like interesting insight into usage patterns for this. So this is one area that's largely overlooked. Let me know in the comments if you guys also, when you get on this platform, if you tend to tag this account just to get a summary. And it's also an easy way to like get easy validation or verification of information, to reduce misinformation, and at the same time to do a quick fact check. As we've seen, you see that this people get perspectives, multiple languages, animes, like different things, wide variety of usage, but it's largely overlooked and just trying to bring some attention to this part. So that's it for Grok. Let's check and for Perplexity. So Perplexity also named theirs Ask Perplexity, and this is how you should use it. Ask a question, tag me at the end, get answers. They do make posts directly, and at the same time, this is also a rare and very effective usage. I'm pretty sure it might be costly a little, but I do think it's worth in terms of training the model, getting answers, and trying to get active responses. So this is one of the tags, one of the responses, and this is how often those responses come in. So it says this is a video, so it can respond to a video. This is an image. It also gives responses, same as Grok. It gives responses in multiple languages. Respond with image. So just from a few and quick scrolling, we can see that most people tend to tag this account with tweets that come with images. So like you can see that it's pretty obvious that tweets that come with images or videos, there's most likely going to be an ask this account for their feedback. Also is how often for every viral tweet or thread, you would be able to see somewhere in the comments a user tagging this account. So I just say this is one area that it's also highly being used, but rarely talked about. And at the same time, it could also give insights into what features could be needed next, what people want to talk about, or what are people actively querying the bot in terms of social media interaction. So this is one way to get such insight, and it's quite interesting. See, so now this is quite interesting. Now you see for this, a movie scene was posted and it quickly asked the bot or the account what's the name of this movie, and you'd see that it gave the name of the movie. So it helps with a lot of fact checking, it helps with a lot of interaction, and it also gives people that feel of quick access rather than switching away from the platform. It kind of keep the user locked in an interesting way, because having this thing handy on the same platform is very cool. So that's pretty it. Let me know if you guys tried any of these, if you've used any of these, how do you find it? What other things are the interesting things that can be extracted for it? But I see Grok has more usage than Perplexity, so it's kind of interesting that people tend to tag Grok more than Perplexity so far. It'll be fun to see how this plays out in the long term and what will come out of using all this type of tools over a period of time. That's pretty it for this video. Bye.